Hello everyone, we are doing an energetic update on the new cycles, changes, and transformations that are happening within our lives. We have categorized them into each element. So we are going to start with fire signs. So that is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I think we tried to make this kind of for now in the end of the year. So just a little bit of a time frame there. You can start with.
All right. So we're looking at the circle, and it's upside down. So what we're actually looking at is we're looking at decay and loss. So whenever a new cycle ends and a new one begins, we tend to look at that as a negative thing. And so that experience of loss, that experience of death, change, of maybe a process, a project, relationship that's coming to an end and conclusion, there's always that sense of actual loss, of an emotional charge maybe around that. And just to go deep within that, let that happen, because if you can accept that, then that allows space for something new to come in. And then that's, once you get through this process, now it's time for you to take action, to start seeding something new to happen, stepping outside your box, learn something new. That's what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, it definitely feels like there is loss because you have the Strength card in reverse. So there is something that has happened that makes you feel as though you're not acting how you usually would, because this is fire energy. That is the card of Leo. So this is definitely you guys. You're not being as strong as what you normally be because something has happened that you weren't expecting. Then we have this Ace of Cups here. Let's see. Let's pull them all out. Empress reverse. There could be a divine feminine or someone that you're connected with as it relates to some type of emotional attachment. It could be the mother or the sister or someone. Okay, wow. I just heard miscarriage too for somebody because that Empress is in reverse. So there could be something surrounding a child that was lost or a child that is no longer here, which is causing a lot of fights and arguments, or whatever the loss is for your personal situation is causing a lot of fights and arguments with the Five of Wands here, which is also fire energy. But you see how everyone's arguing and there's so much conflict and everyone is just kind of fight, and the Strength card is in reverse, so no one actually has the determination and willpower to keep fighting in the way that this situation is occurring. But because there's people who are not acting how they normally act because of a change or a situation, something that kind of caused some stagnation or delaying here, kind of through a lot of things I feel like off balance for the fire signs. Let's see.
Well, I mean, definitely looking at fire. If you're looking at if the fire is dying, you can look at the phoenix. It rises back up from the ashes, brand new, not the same it was before. So looking at this death change, this decay, and really going into that, it's meditation. It's the exhale. When you fully exhale, you're accepting death into your life and accepting it as a part of your process. When you can do that, then there is no more will to resist or fight that change. And you're right, there's going to be a stagnant time, but it's going to pass, because eventually a new idea is going to come out of that loss. So you're going to recapitulate everything that happened from that loss, and from that is a new idea. That's what's birth. Death gives life. And then that's what's going to help you then find something new, more vibrant. That's where you're going to start learning something new and pushing your boundaries to move forward.
I'm going to edit this part out. Because I cannot find this card. That's why I'm glad it's pre-recorded. Okay, the Guardian Angel. It's not like in the extras. I've never pulled this card, so I guess maybe it's in the major arcana here.
That's all right. We'll read up on the other one. That was a good pull.
Where is the table of contents? Oh, the Guardian Angel is similar to So this guardian angel energy is interesting because, what was this called? The binaural beat that I play is called A Call to the Divine. So there is definitely some energy that's coming in to help and assist you. It's talking about peace, harmony, self-encounter, spirituality, alchemy of love, perfect combination and blending, agreements, contracts, associations, balanced thoughts and opinions, harmonizing of others. All of these characteristics will last if we know how to use them with absolute faith and respect. Otherwise, the alchemy and magic will fail, and the meaning will depend on the combination of the other cards. So I kind of feel as though, although there is something that may be pulling you out of how you normally act with the Strength card in reverse, the Empress in reverse, Chariot in reverse, and you may even feel like a little aggressive or argumentative, or I feel like there's half of you who's aggressive and argumentative, and the other people are just kind of like, I'm done. I don't really want to argue anymore. I don't like.
There's no need to.
Yeah, there's just no need to. So the ones who are still in it, I think you guys are going to be coming out of that as well. But some of you already have, and you have assistance from the divine coming in. You have new things to understand. I feel like especially spiritually. So some of you guys may be pushing or going on a spiritual path in this transformation that has occurred. Is probably what pushed you into that, so you can realize you see things from a different perspective, which is going to allow you to kind of, I feel like, never really go into that energy again. Not all at once, at least.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is if the point of wielding magic, but the thing of death is you don't need to wield it. It's the only energy that naturally happens, so you don't need to push it. It's a point of inactivity, complete reception. So then you can receive the divine. So if you're breathing in and accepting death as part of your cycle of that change and loss, your intimacy with spirit and the divine opens up. Now you're still within this inactivity, there is activity, receptivity, and that's where the divine then will guide you, and so you can go to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I think there is going to be some emotional release too, because as I'm
There will
noticing
be,
too,
yes,
like
yes.
all the water is going down. It kind of looks like sobs and tears, and that's okay because that is a form of release. People don't understand that. People block that off. That's what you need. That is a form of healing. So if you feel the need to have an emotional over release and then you want to eat some snacks afterwards, that's fine. It's okay.
Bake
Eat your
cookies.
ice cream.
Bake some cookies. That's what I do.
I eat ice cream. And I'm lactose intolerant, so it's good and it's bad.
Alright, so we got
Let's
Earth.
see. Let's see. Earth actually has it in the card.
So we're looking at the Earth sign now. So the giveaway, normally, what you're looking at is how you can give away without any attachment. So you're not saying, well, I'll give you this if I'm getting this back. It's complete non-attachment to how you share with others and give to others. But it's upside down. So what we're looking at right now is you give, but you forget that you have to also give to yourself. And so you've given so much that you go into resentment. As the world owes you, you get resentful to others around you because you don't feel like, even though you didn't make this agreement with them, you just gave with, and the whole intent was to do it without accepting anything in return, but you've given so much you're depleted that now you're expecting the rest of the world to give back to you, and they're not. And so it's your responsibility then to go back in and nurture yourself. And this card came up in a different way earlier today on 11/11 because people are needing to nurture themselves again. You've been
Oh, look at my shirt. It says more self-love. I knew there was a reason. I knew there was a reason to wear this today.
And then Aquarius, you were pulling.
Not only more self-love is just being clarified with the Ace of Wands here too. But let's go back to this Death card, which is the changes and transformations that are occurring for you Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. There's something that's coming to a completion here. It could have just, I feel like, I don't know why, I just heard like a 10-year cycle. So this could have been happening for 10 years, which you've been in this period of giving, putting your all into things that other people want you to do, but now it's time for you to do for you, because you're the one who have the ability to make everything else happen. Because if you notice, the people who you were doing for, they may have appreciated you, they may have even said that you're the best to do what you did, but now it's time for you to do that for you. Ace of Wands. Now it's time for you to do that for you and have this new journey with the Fool card. And also, I don't know why this Queen of Wands showed out. I'll be honest. I don't know why that card's here, but we're going to find out with the Clarifier card. But it's towards her. So there is some new person. This feels like a totally opposite energy than the rest of you. So for some of you guys, there's like this fire energy coming towards you, or that you may be going towards. Clarify. Oh, maybe that was it. Three of Earth. There's definitely this is more fire energy. So Earth signs, you're getting a lot of fire. We do have Capricorn here though. Scorpio, Uranus, Mercury, and Venus, which is love. I feel like I should get a love card as well, so we can kind of put those two together.
I have to admit, Aquarius, it's amazing how I feel like you have a bigger lung capacity than I do. Because she just never stops. She just keeps going with the delivery, and I keep thinking she's going to take a breath, but she doesn't. She just keeps going.
Clarify these messages for us. Wow, the Empress. You guys got the Empress upright, and then the Five of Roses. So this is kind of some interesting. It's weird because this is what drives Earth signs. This is the type of energy that drives Earth signs, because you do have the card of competition. So I almost feel like that's how you take it to your advantage. You kind of turn it into a competition with yourself. And you're like, you know, if I can do this for you, let me see what happens if I do this for me. And not only will I do it because I'm the doer, because I'm an Earth sign, and this is just what I'm here to do, but I'm going to excel at it. I'm going to be the Empress at it. I'm going to be the Queen of Wands. Even for the Divine Masculine, the Queen of Wands and the Empress are creators. So it's just you getting in touch with the feminine energy in order to create something which is going to be very successful, because you have all the energy. I'm surprised the Magician isn't here. All the energy that you need to, one, create this new start, which we're going to see. I don't know why, but we're just going to clarify this Fool card. We're going to find out exactly where this is going to take you, because I'm interested. Devil card just popped out, and that's you. That's your energy, Capricorn. Clarify the Fool card for this new start. Clarify the Fool card for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. There it is. 2 cards. That jumped on the ground. The more fire energy. And then you have the Babylorisha. So the divine is actually, that is the Magician. Didn't I just say that the Magician was going, he has all the elements on the table. This is the Magician. Then we have the 6 of Fire, which is Mars, Jupiter, Sagittarius energy. A lot of things are going on in Sagittarius season, but this card in particular talks about you may be actually called to lead people. You may be stepping up as an Empress, a Queen of Wands, and then a leader of a certain group or people here. You're leading them towards either a certain perspective or to actual refuge. That's interesting. We're going to check it out.
Well, yeah, I think definitely spreading the work that needs to be done instead of you doing it all yourself is delegating. I think that's definitely what is definitely within these cards too, is delegating. With everything that's going to be coming around towards the end, or anything that you're doing new into the new year, that's what you need to start doing, is creating your team.
This is also interesting. I don't know if a lot of like masculine energies are gonna come watch this, but I'm picking up on a lot of masculine energy, because this talks about 6 tired and exhausted men return to the village after the previous sequence, rescuing a woman from the ferocious and instinctive appetite of the beast. But I kind of feel like this divine feminine was you. You rescued your own divine feminine, which you may have pushed away for a little bit, because I feel like some of you guys have not even been in that energy since you were a kid. So it's kind of been a while for some of you to kind of return and join forces with your feminine energy and watching it actually allow you to create, to make things happen, to actually birth new thoughts and ideas. So that's pretty interesting energy. It says the village will know the outcome of the battle and the news will spread quickly. Evil has been defeated. The beauty of the woman is reflected in the nobility and the kindness of the man who fights with justice as a weapon or tools to achieve success. The battle was a great fought battle with true art and science, progress, prominence, success, and achievement. So I don't know where y'all just came from with all this energy here to back you up, but it's like a rise of the phoenix. You guys are like, this energy is pushing you to be called to step up to a plate which you've never stepped up to before, and that is a challenge for you. And because it's a challenge, you're like, I'm gonna do it. Not only am I going to do it, I'm going to succeed at it. And it's like some of you guys have already claimed the success. You're like, I already know that I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be probably the best to ever do it. And there's no probably when you say it, but I'm just saying it like that. But I think that some of you guys, if you're not, should start affirming what you are going to do and what you are going to be creating. With the Babblerisha card, this talks about a virtuous, prudent, just man. It's all men. Every card say man, giving wise counsel and making wise decisions with a deep and emotive psychology that will go deep inside your mind and heart. Full protection against evil, peace and spirituality, solidarity, a measured, cautious person, and above all, showing strong meditation ability, concentration, and willpower. Good sense, which must prevail, or he could do nothing required of him or requested of him. This card advises perseverance, will, and the analysis of goals. Let your spirit and mind prevail over the matter. Have a strong belief in a higher power, which is the only way to success. So y'all just unlocked the key. You guys have finally received the key in which you've been working your whole life to do, but your whole life has prepared you for this exact moment right here. And that's why it's like you might have this little jitter, like, okay, I'm going to a new thing, but then boom, here comes this energy, and it's like, boom, I'm a pro. I just started something and I'm a pro. That's like kind of you guys' energy. You're starting something you may have never did before, but it's like you may have did it in another lifetime because it's coming so easily, and you realize that you have all the tools. You've been prepared to have all the tools. And not only that, so you guys are connecting with your spirituality and your divine feminine energy, which is connecting you to the divine because you've balanced yourself, and now you're receiving all the information and downloads you may need to take action. Your cards came out upright. A lot of them came out upright. Most other piles, they're in reverse. So this way this energy is shifting you is different because you're done with the 10-year cycle. You're ready to actually start receiving because maybe you're paying for some type of karmic actions from a past life or your past. And that's why you're kind of put in this, I gotta do. I gotta do. That's all I'm hearing for you guys is I gotta do. And now it's like not only are you doing, you're doing for yourself and you're receiving. So there's some really good energy coming towards the earth signs here as we progress into the end of the year.
So now we're looking at water signs.
Hello, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is your energetic reading, energetic update.
So we're looking at soul retrieval, and it's upside down now. So that means where you give away what you believe in order to manipulate others so that they love you or like you. And so that's giving away your power, and that's really making you to where you can never step into who you truly are and relax, because you constantly have to wear this mask that you're doing to win approval. And so you need to give this up. And you're going to step in with what...
So, what I've been told is this is what you want. And then we'll kind of clarify it to see how to get it. Yeah, to see how to get it. So what you want first with this Four of Wands is you want some type of divine union. You want to be in a relationship which you feel safe, secure, and stable. Some of you guys are wanting to go to school or to do some type of new thing that is going to take you into some sort of intellectual journey that ends up with you making money too. So there's career change that you guys want to, maybe you guys want to start something career-wise as well. Then we have the Star card. So you want to bring balance, and you're a visionary. So you see all of these things that you want to do that you've created, but you're having problems obtaining them. You imagine them more than you actually have them in reality, and love is one of the things that you kind of want the most. So let's see what exactly is going on here. We'll check out love. Actually, some of you guys have a King of Wands that you're dealing with. He's a pimp. He's a player. And he got you kind of fooled a little bit. He got you manipulated. For some of you, it could be a very certain few of you who know that this message will resonate, but there's changes coming with this too of gems. There's changes coming to the relationship that you built with this King of Wands, Mr. Pimp here. Because I kind of feel like you know exactly what's going on in this situation. You're very intuitive, but you're being manipulated, which is interesting because you're actually a manipulator yourself. So I think there's a lot of manipulation going on both sides of this party. Could be a karmic connection, but there's things happening to shake it up, because maybe you're starting to realize, like, I do want something, but I don't want this version of it. Maybe I want an easier relationship. Maybe I want an easier job, or I just want to have an easier life.
But just remember that whatever the world's reflecting is what you're actually putting out there. So that's what the Rainmaker upside down is actually portraying, is that you're getting exactly what you're putting out. So it's totally in line with what Aquarius is talking about here.
And it's really here to shake a lot of things up with Oya. Oya, unfortunately, when she comes through, she's kind of here to destroy something, to destroy a foundation that was not built on stability. It's like you
integrity.
Integrity. You built a house with some very skinny wooden beams, and you expected that house to stay up. And when something's coming like Oya, to shake things up, you realize that this was not a strong foundation. What you thought you built was actually what is actually here, and you're gonna be realizing that and coming into what I think some of you already know. But some of you guys are opening your eyes deeper. You're looking a little deeper to the situation. There's something that's came to your attention that you're like, wait, why am I in this cycle? Why am I doing this all the time? Why am I running into all these type of people? Why does this always happen to me? And it's almost like you're starting to see that, okay, these things have happened too many times, so maybe it's not them, maybe it's me. Maybe there's something I should be doing differently so that I can bring different situations into my life. So you guys are definitely changing your perspective. I think it's going to actually happen a little bit faster than what you think, because you have Oya here who's just going to kind of come through and show you what exactly is going on. So it's like a rude awakening a little bit. It's like you were sleeping and somebody just shook you. And they're like, hey, look.
Well, those pillars of truth, right? So she's talking about shaking things up. Those pillars that don't have that truth, that stability, that's creating structure within your life, are going to fall. So not all of them will fall, but you'll get an idea of what is actually working for you. And then those that aren't there, you'll know you need to create an idea or structure there that's going to create that stability again. So you're going to know what's actually working and what's not. So it won't be like you're left with a completely clean slate, but you'll have some tools there you can still use to move forward with.
Yes. That was for you. I hope you guys are enjoying this shift and preparing for it with the update that we've given you. If it resonates with your situation, definitely use it to your advantage.
Remember this one? This is air.
Okay.
So now we're working with air.
Hello, air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is your energy update.
So what we're looking at here is your vision quest, and that's spirit speaking to you. When you go on a vision quest, you're going out there in order to commune with spirit, connect. But here we have it upside down, so you're not hearing spirit at all. Maybe you're just staying so busy that you don't take the time to actually listen. So now's that time for you to start doing that. Because the spirit has to keep knocking on that door. Eventually then you have bad health, loss, material loss, relationships. So in order to try to wake you up to what's trying to be said to you.
Yeah, you do have a lot of, all these cards are actually in reverse. So you had 10 of Pentacles reverse, which has to do with the family as well, kind of what and who is around you and the space that you are in that makes you feel stable and secure. Then we have the 5 of Swords here, which is also like, it's interesting because it's like upright is usually some type of defeat. It's a person who is willing to go the extra mile in order to create whatever it is that they wanted. Maybe you have stopped trying to fight. Maybe you stopped trying to fight spirit because you wanted to see something. There may have been something that wasn't truthful that came out with the Ace of Swords in reverse, and it kind of changed the way that you viewed things. So with this kind of shift, it's almost is like, I keep you gathering information. So you're gathering some new information that maybe you did not know. And that is maybe why you're going to connect with spirit, because you're trying to look more into it and figure out what exactly is the truth of the matter. 10 of Pentacles reverse for Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. 10 of Pentacles reverse. Let's see here. There we go. 2 cards. Eshu and the 6 of Air. So let me see what we got. Ace of Swords, that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. 5 of Swords, same thing. 10 of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and then the element of fire here with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But your energy is showing up here, but I do feel like there's outside things, or there's things that's happening outside of you that may be draining you or pulling at your focus, which is why you're maybe not connecting to spirit as well. But like he said, if you do not connect with spirit, things are going to start happening in the way that you may not like. With the 6 of Air, Mercury energy here as well. Clarify. Let's see. This 6 of Air.
So I pulled the Storyteller. So listening to the stories you're telling yourself are keeping you from being present to what's being actually presented to you. You think you know, but all you're doing is pulling on information from the past instead of being present to what Spirit's trying to talk and communicate with you now. So, yeah, definitely paying attention to where you're at with that. What story are you telling you that isn't actually applicable to what's happening now?
This card means dangerous situation or place. Your position is completely unfavorable. There is no escape, no chance of doing anything since you are being attacked from all sides. Paths are now closed. Nothing can be made real. There is trouble at all levels. Both your hands and feet are tied. So there is some things going on in your situation which has caused you to kind of feel as though you are 8 of Swords. You're kind of trapped. You're kind of in a situation which you're not sure how to get out of. But I have a feeling you will get out. It's just that this feels like a very harsh kind of lesson that you may have needed to learn here. And you also have a shoe that came out, which is a man who's very knowledgeable about life, with the innocence of a small boy and the experience of an old man. Time seems not to affect him. His energy is constant. He works untiringly and persistently as he tries to attain his goals. A poet, to communicate with him, you will have to leave any internal fears, which you have a lot of, and acknowledge, at least right now, I ain't trying to offend you, in your heart, all the precarious gems he hoards. This card has a loyal and faithful personality. A good companion, partner, or friend will help you along the path you've started. This card governs the male genital organs. This is a card with high psychic content and may warn you about any danger or imbalance in the field. Written and oral communication, fraternity, association, or lodge, fraternal and community feelings, abandonment of material things in favor of spiritual things. So this is definitely some pretty interesting energy that we have here, as well as though this path may kind of feel quite heavy. I just heard too, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So it feels like I just see you like walking down this, oh no. Okay, So you're kind of walking down this hallway, and it's like in the mirrors, I keep seeing reflections of past events that may have happened, like some of them as a child or some of them as a teenager. And it's like you're just kind of reflecting on all these things, and maybe you're like, why do I see this, or why is this happening? It kind of seems as though even this may be in the dream state, or even outside in this world, you may be seeing that certain people remind you of certain things, because maybe you kind of put them back there. And you're like, I'll just kind of keep moving forward. I'm not going to do my shadow work. I'm not going to do any of those things. I'm just going to keep going, rolling with the flow. And now the flow has paused. The flow's like, wait a minute. We see you trying to create some growth, and that's good. But you got to take a step back and go back 2 steps back. Okay, we gotta go 2 steps back because you forgot something along the way. This is a journey and this is a path, and you have someone who's actually coming through. It feels like a male, and it kind of describes male energy, but there's someone coming in to kind of guide you through this transition so that you can see things as well. Because it's like two. If you look in this card, he's kind of walking through the town at night. So this is someone who's coming to help you, who has maybe been through these things already. And they're like, I got this. This happened 20 years ago to me, so let me kind of guide you in that
He's
way.
your storyteller. So look at that.
The Eshu energy is actually a storyteller. He does like to tell jokes, and he likes to tell stories about things that may have happened. And then you have, once that is complete, okay, so once we do those things, then you have dwarves and gnomes. It's still like a starry type thing. I wonder if you guys are.
Those gnomes are the builders. They create, right? They're the ones that created Grandmother Earth. They're the engineers that created everything so it works together.
Yeah, it says because the Earth is ancient, these elementals may represent very old, traditional, wise people. It's something about y'all encountering older people. Because that's the second card that's coming into. If you are a man, you will be wealthy with a resolute and stable spirit. You will be financially successful. You will have important contacts. If you are a woman, you will have the fighting and persevering spirit, which with deep self-confidence. You may not stand for being disappointed by anybody. You will not accept lies, deceit, and you will not be partnered to somebody else in it. Your economic situation is good, and you will know how to use it for the benefit of everyone. So it does look like this is a time where you're kind of reflecting on a lot of things, and part of your reflection happens to be you encountering this older, wise person that's coming in to give you a little bit of insight and guidance on your situation, and kind of push you, not even push you, it's just like I feel like you're open and receptive more to others than you are to yourself. That's interesting. More to other people. You're listening to other people, but you're not exactly listening to yourself. So maybe you're still looking for a form of validation when you've maybe consistently watched things happen in a way that you've either predicted or thought it would. So you have intuition, you're just not exactly trusting it. You're always maybe looking for a second opinion because you're just not sure. As well as you kind of choose to see things this way. So maybe you're going to choose something better after meeting this wise spirit here.
And then for those of you in your 40s and 50s, this can actually be you. So you looking at your whole life experience and finding that resolution within the things that have happened to you, for you step into a higher level of maturity where you're more receptive because you already have enough valid knowledge that you've actually experienced, that you can know works, and so you're receptive to learning more now. You're not so much trying to prove yourself or try to understand your world. You have a pretty firm grasp of change and cycles. So that's why it's carrying all those gems. You have tons to share. You are now the storyteller. You're the one helping the younger youth behind you step forward as you start stepping into this.
I kind of feel like if you are not older around that age, you're older in a other way, or you're like maybe you have a lot of information that people your age don't have. If you don't have it already, somebody's about to come give it to you. So there's definitely this, it's like, because this side is kind of like younger energy, and then as we got over here, started talking about older and wiser and
Ancient.
knowing and ancient and connecting. So I really do think that this shift is going to be a pleasant experience after it happens. It may not be so fun.
Sometimes that can be a little challenging.
But eventually you're going to see things in a way that is going to help you create a better future for yourself. So that was for you, air signs. Those were your messages for the energetic shift. Thank you all for joining. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
Take care.